Well guys, we are back outside today. It is a bit windy, but luckily we're going to be working in the shop. Today we are going to finish up the grill. It's been about a month since I've done this, so I think I'm about ready to finish it up. So for you guys that may not know what I'm talking about, I actually took this grill off and I color matched it here just with rattle can. It looks good from a distance. You get up close though, then you start seeing some of my lovely imperfections and like where it bubbled up here after I had painted it. But it is not the worst thing in the world. From 5 foot, it looks pretty good, especially for a rattle can job. But I did get some overspray on it that I still haven't not cleaned up, and I need to clean up. So I'm gonna try to work some of this stuff off today. And I also didn't tape off the honeycomb grill because I knew I wanted to do this later in a black to match the bow tie. So what we're gonna do today is pull this off. I'm gonna try to tape all this off because I think I'm safe to go ahead and tape this off without it peeling up the paint, I hope. And then what we're gonna do is paint this black, and I think it's really gonna make the truck pop. So let's get a shot of it, kind of how it looks here. So you guys can kind of see a before and after. So I think this is gonna be a lot easier than the time we had painting the actual grill. So we'll pop the hood, pull this off, and then we're gonna get to work. All right, guys, you really haven't missed much so far. I'm looking for my, oh, where is it at? There it is, adhesion promoter. I think we're gonna try this guy a little bit different. So, guys, first of all, you gotta give me a thumbs up for my masking job here, taping things off. It's all in the prep work. I've definitely learned that. So I think what I'm gonna do, we've got this all cleaned up, honeycomb portion, a little bit sanded as good as I can, kind of in there, and sprayed down, wiped down. So I'm gonna hit it with this adhesion promoter. I think this is gonna be the only primer that I use on this. And then we're gonna go straight to the flat black and then clear it and see how it looks. Cause sanding that primer and all this is gonna be a nightmare. So we're just gonna do this and see how it turns out. I better move my boy's wheels, or if I get any overspray on that, I'll be in trouble. I'll be mad at myself. He loves his little car. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's start this. I'm just going to shake this up real good. We're gonna spray her down in the honeycomb portion. I forget how many coats this is right here. 2 or more light coats. A few minutes apart. Okay, let's start it. All right, I am gonna keep you guys a little bit away over here. Just don't want to get it on my camera lens on my phone. Let's get started. Cool. All right, let's let it sit, do its magic. We'll come back in 5-10, and then we'll hit it with another coat. Okay, that's had some time to dry. Time to hit it with the second round. Yeah, I really noticed the other day whenever I looked at this, like right here, how I got overspray. Down here, I didn't do too bad. I thought, man, that looks really bad. It's time to fix this up. All right, we've had enough dry time here. Let's hit it with the black. I'm gonna start at the top here because I want to get the top as well. You can't really see. Oh yeah, it's dry. And I don't really care about the top too much because it's gonna get covered up anyway. You can tell this is going to take a little bit of doing. I'm going to have to hit it at different angles and whatnot. Man, just doing one coat alone, it looks good. It actually looks good to me. Here, I'll give you guys a little peek here. Obviously, it's a flat black right now, but we'll hit it with some clear. But even just that one coat, and with this being like the honeycomb style, it doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. If it was a flat surface we were painting, you might really notice some imperfections and whatnot. But so far, this is going really smooth. I'm liking it so far. Painted the top too, which that's where you're gonna notice more imperfections and whatnot. But you can see so far, it really doesn't look bad. And this right here, at least the top, I'm not super worried about, gonna be super picky about. This is gonna be covered up anyway. I just thought, while I'm at it, what the heck, let's paint it. So I'm gonna let this sit and dry for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or so. We'll come back, we'll hit it with another coat of this. And then depending on how it looks, we may just go ahead and clear it up and just see how she looks. All right, guys, it has been an appropriate amount of time here. We're gonna move on to that next coat of paint. Get you a little higher so you can get a better viewpoint. Move some more crap out of the way. My boy's moved in here in the shop with me, I think. In fact, we got him sitting over here, so if you hear a little noise, it's just him. Quality control, I'll call it. He's checking me, make sure I'm doing a good job. So let's go ahead, hit it with our second, and what I think may be our final coat, to be honest with you guys. All right, coat number 2 is on, and not much difference from before, honestly. It is definitely a nice black color though, so we'll hit it with some clear here as soon as this dries up. Top even looks surprisingly decent for a rattle can. It's not too streaky or anything like that. Now you can see some spots up top there just where it hadn't dried yet. A little bit of overspray from going from going at it from this side, trying to get the bottom of the honeycomb, but not terrible, not terrible. So let's let this dry, hit it with a little bit of clear, see how she looks. All right, guys, now for what I think is probably the most fun part of the job. Hit me with some clear. Well, I don't have very much left in this can. We'll spray her up top, see how far I get, and I've got one more can, so it's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, it's coming together now. It's got a nice wet look to it. As you can see, we'll let that dry up. I'll do one more coat of clear. I did it pretty thick, honestly, because there's so many different angles and grooves to try to get it at that it's a little bit tricky. But I think that's gonna look pretty good whenever we're down here. So we'll let this dry for another about 15. We'll come back and we'll hit it with a little more clear. All right, we got the second, and what I'm gonna do is the final coat here, just in case we ever wanna go back. All right, we've got the second and final coat. It being the honeycomb, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about it chipping eventually. So if that's the case, then we'll just try to sand it down and repaint it. But we did 2 coats of color, 2 coats of clear. And you can see like up here that you can totally tell that it's a piece of plastic. If I had primered and smoothed it, then cool and good. But honestly, like I've said 100 times now, I'm not worried about this part right here. I'm more worried about what you can actually see right here. And I think it looks pretty good. So we're gonna let this dry up, and then I'm gonna peel off this, and then it may be a completely another video, but then I'm gonna have to figure out right up here and down here where I got overspray. The eraser wheel works, but it wants to jerk the grill off every time it wants to jerk the grill out of my hands every time I try to do that. So I may have to get some sort of rubbing compound and try to rub that off of there. But once again, that could be another video for us. So we could buff out some scratches and heck, maybe even polish this up to where it'll shine more. But nonetheless, let's let it sit. And once it's dry, we'll peel this off, see how we like it. Well, and as usual, I kind of get ahead of myself. Time gets away, if you will. I just realized as I was about to change the oil in this pickup, which I'm actually going to pull it over to the shop to do, but nonetheless, I realized that, and you guys can see it already over there, I've spoiled another video for you, but that's another video for another day. I went ahead and I popped the grill back in here, and when I was editing, I realized I never showed you guys whenever I took it off and put it on there. And obviously you see the spoiler. I've already got the bumper cap painted, but like I say, I'm going to do a different video on this because that was a process in and of itself. And from here, it doesn't look bad, but I promise you guys, and you got it, if you get up there on it It's embarrassing, but nonetheless, from a 5-foot distance, it's not terrible. But take a look at that grill. Focus on the grill. It looks so much better than before. I mean, that grill looks brand new now. And you'll notice too, I went through a car wash the other day and it chipped my grill just a little bit here, but I think I can touch this up and make it look okay. This is where you can see the chrome bubbled up, and it finally bubbled up under from the paint. But yeah, the grill looks pretty darn good, I think, especially with the black bow tie, these being the same color. I really like how it turned out. So I'm happy with the project. The only thing I want to do now is try to get some of this cleaned up, and then maybe try to smooth this out, because as you can see, it's still got a lot of textured look to it. And then that thing, we'll just talk about that another day. But yeah, guys, I sure hope you liked today's video. I do have some maintenance items lined up for this pickup, and maybe the other one too. I know not everybody's into, you know, this sort of stuff, the kind of small mods. Some of these are kind of boring to some people, and they like more of the maintenance stuff. So I do have a few things lined up, few ideas, but we're just taking our time with this, having fun with it. And you know, I'm stretching out of the normal things that I know how to do and diving into some of this stuff. And it's definitely a learning process, but I'm having fun with it. So guys, if you liked the video, definitely leave a like on it. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already, and share this video with your friends so they can see how a redneck paints a grill. All right, guys, until the next video, take care.